Hi guys, Hello Bella here. In this video, I cannot believe this, but I am going to be testing my DNA. I'm sending off my DNA to Ancestry DNA website, and I think that it's going to be kind of interesting for me. I've heard a lot of things about my lineage, and after watching Game of Thrones and seeing how everybody looks back on their lineage and their house name and their house values, it is kind of interesting to think about where you come from. So this test requires that you collect your saliva. You're not supposed to eat or drink anything 30 minutes prior to taking the test. So it's been about 45 minutes for me, and I just wanted to make sure that I give a good sample. So kind of my expectations for this is that I'm probably going to send it off and wait about 4 to 6 weeks and then update you guys with the results. I'm thinking that in my dad's side of the family, he's very dark skinned and has dark hair. I've always been told that we have some links to Native American history, and then we have links to possibly Hispanic history, but I really don't know. And then on my mom's side, my mom is very fair skinned and she has strawberry blonde hair. So I honestly just need to show you guys what they look like. Here is a picture of them back in the day before I ever came along. This is kind of what I'm made up of, and then of course we'll get DNA results based on their parents and their parents. And one of the things I'm most excited about is this database, because when you use this, you get to use their database to track your other family members. So I could have cousins or family members, uncles, aunts that I'm not aware of. That would be just kind of interesting to find out. This was $100 for the kit, and it came in 2 days from Amazon Prime. So I'm gonna get the sample out and we will get started. All right guys, here goes nothing. It says to fill the tube with saliva to the black line. So I'm gonna get it out, show you guys here. There is the black line they're talking about right there. This is kind of gross. It's pretty close. I see now why they said don't eat or drink anything. Replace the funnel with the cap. So they mean take this off. Ew. And then put this on. Tighten to release the stabilizing fluid. Shake the tube for at least 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, so it gives you a bag to seal off your sample in. So it says to just put it in the collection bag. All right, all we have to do is seal her up and send her out, and then we'll do the other activation part online. You've got a code associated, so very, very simple. Easy to do, only a 5-minute thing if you don't count the whole don't eat or drink for 30 minutes. Now that I've got my sample, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the mail and activate my code, and then I will come back to you guys when I get my results and we can figure out what I'm made of. Hey guys, it's been a couple weeks since I sent off my DNA, and I just got the notification that my results are in, so I'm about to take a peek at this. I can already see some stuff, so I'm kind of interested in all of this. But let's go ahead and look at this. So I'm going to flip around the camera so you can see. So it's going to give me my ethnicity breakdown, my DNA story, and my DNA matches. So it looks like I am 42% England and Northwestern Europe, which that sounds pretty accurate for what I've heard. Scotland, 19%, and then Indigenous Americas, Mexico, 11%. So this is what I was kind of wondering about. I was never really sure about any of my heritage. My family is really just a mixed pot. My dad's really dark and my mom's really light. So I never knew really what I was. So this is kind of interesting. And then we've got Ireland, 9%, Indigenous Americas, North America, 8%, and then Wales, 5%, Norway 3%, Sweden 2%, and Nigeria 1%. This is kind of cool because it lets you select different parts of your DNA story that you can learn about, where you came from. This gives me the information about Central Highlands, Northeast Mexico, and Southeast Texas. You share the Central Highlands, Northeast Mexico, and Texas community with 7 of your DNA matches. That is very interesting. I don't know who these people are, but maybe I'll finally get to find out. You and 7 of your DNA matches, along with 122,000 other Ancestry members, are genetically linked to this region. View DNA story. And then you get this map here that you can look at. You can zoom out and see different regions, and then you can click on the side here and see which ones you are related to. So I've had a little bit of time to kind of look over my results and explore the Ancestry website a little bit further, and just wanted to give you guys a couple of insights, talk about the pros and cons of using the Ancestry thing. And I think that they have a sale right now that's like $59 instead of the $99 that I paid, but oh well, that's just generally how it goes. But for me, I think that this was worth it just because I've always really been curious about that part of my family that, you know, is sort of unknown. Finding out 19% Scotland was kind of interesting to me. And then probably the most interesting was the indigenous Mexico part, because I have wondered for so long what, you know, our family is made up of. All of my grandparents on my dad's side had really dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes, kind of like me. Don't know if you can see these that well right now, but my eyes are fairly dark, and my hair is fairly dark, and my skin's not really dark, but it definitely always stays a little bit darker than, you know, just the average whitey, I guess you would say. I don't know what's politically correct anymore to even call myself, so probably just won't call myself anything. The cons of this website are that in order to get like the full information that you actually want, you're gonna have to get the premium membership, which is like $25 a month or like $189 per year, and that's gonna give you like access to a lot of records and data. For me, I just did the 2-week free trial and figured out, you know, kind of what I wanted to know, and then I'm just gonna cancel it before it ever charges me for that first month. But I do think that's kind of crappy that they make you pay extra to get that information, because you know, it's sort of like if you're going to charge someone $100 for their DNA and then not let them see the results in full. To me, it's a little, you know, not the best business practice. There's also a lot of other things on this website that you can search by. You can look at census and voter lists, birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, and divorces even. I actually was able to find a few of my family divorces in there. My family loves getting divorced, so that's probably why I'm not married, huh? You can also do a search by like military, you can search by state, and you can search by like distant relatives. You can pull up, say I pulled up like my 3rd or 4th cousin that I didn't know who they were, and you can click on their name, and then you can see who you're related to based on them. Overall, I think this gave me a really good starting place for like researching my own family history. My dad was actually adopted, and the guy who adopted him didn't even stick around, so I don't know why he adopted him. But so we don't really know anything about like his, you know, birth father. We know a little bit, but really not very much, only that he was a terrible person. And so, you know, I don't really know much from that side of the family. And on my mom's side, her dad died in a car accident when she was 9. So that has been, you know, like we don't really know that family either. So just finding out like some of the links and the people that I'm related to and just the people that I know, it's just kind of confirmed some things I've already kind of thought. And hopefully as time goes on, more people will use these websites. It'd certainly be interesting to see what kinds of people that I'm related to over the years if people continue to add their DNA. You can opt out of selecting all of your DNA to like be publicly accessible, so you don't have to add all of your information to a big database. It's not like that at all. Personally, I think that this was a really easy process for me. It was definitely worth it for me, but you know, it's definitely up to you. You know, what's $100 worth to you, and what are you trying to find out? If you're trying to find, you know, your birth parents or your brothers and sisters or long lost cousins, or if you're related to rich people, you know, it's kind of like, it just depends on what you're looking for personally. But for me, I really enjoyed the Ancestry.com process. I have no affiliation with them. This video is not sponsored. I just thought that it was a pretty easy process, and I think that they provide a pretty good service for the $100. I do wish that overall their website would include more things without charging people monthly, but I suppose that is the only way that they can continue to make money off of their customers, is by charging them a monthly fee. So that will conclude the video, guys. Hope that you enjoyed it. Hey, maybe you even learned something new about me today. I certainly did. I did not know any of this when I woke up, so tonight when I go to sleep, I guess I will thank my ancestors for passing along this DNA. Take care, guys.